Do you think as an immigrant it gets difficult for us as Indians to live here?
ऑफ कोर्स क्योंकि पता नहीं होता है कि नेक्स्ट क्या होने वाला है.
I'm kind of looking forward to settle in US, and US is a place where I want to settle in.
If I'm done with my undergrads, I have a aim of like doing a job of like at least 5 or 6 years, and then gaining the experience, and then back home if I can do something about it back there. But settlement, I'm not thinking about it.
What was the biggest cultural shock that you faced after coming to the US?
Express their opinions very freely, even with the professors. Like you can call your professors by your names. I'm like, oh, shocked. What's happening?
What do you think is here that people want to stay?
I think it is because of the freedom that people have over here. Like back in India, people are like not that open-minded as like Americans are.
Not only the money aspect, that's passion towards learning.
Do you feel lonely in the US or do you think it's exaggerated कि आप US आए हो तो आपको अकेला लगेगा या आपको genuinely अकेला लगता है?
जेन्युइनली अकेला लगता है.
I mean, at the end of the day, it's only the family that matters. So yeah, definitely missing the family has been the biggest emptiness.
I guess it's a challenge, but I like taking challenges, and I'm very proud of who I am today because I get to do things on my own, explore things on my own.
नमस्ते, सत श्री अकाल, कैसे हैं आप सबके हाल? मेरा नाम है ऋतु. वेलकम बैक टू अ ब्रांड न्यू व्लॉग. एंड एज एन NRI हम ये सवाल अपने आप से और सबसे ज़रूर पूछते हैं कि यहाँ रहना है या वापस घर जाना है. वीज़ा का स्ट्रेस हाई लेवल है, इतनी सारी पॉलिसी चेंज होती रहती है और कभी कभी ऐसा लगता है कि हम अपने मन से अपने घर भी ले जा पाते हैं. यहाँ पे वर्क लाइफ बैलेंस बहुत अच्छा है, एंडलेस अपॉर्चुनिटीज़ हैं, बट यहाँ पे सेटलमेंट का क्या? डू यू रियली फील सेटल्ड इन द US? कल्चरल शॉक्स लगते हैं बट साथ में एंडलेस अपॉर्चुनिटीज़ भी मिलती है. एज एन NRI हमारी लाइफ की सच्चाई क्या है, आज मैं आपको इस ब्लॉग में दिखाऊंगी. आई एम होपफुल ये सब जब आप देखो तो आपको अच्छा लगे. दैट्स ऑल. हाय,
हाय,
व्हाट्स योर नेम?
मानसी.
हाउ लॉन्ग यू हैव बीन हियर?
इट्स बीन 2 years.
और कैसा लगता है आपको US में?
मिक्स्ड है.
Mixed है?
अच्छा भी लगता है, डिपेंड्स ऑन द सिचुएशन.
अच्छा. What was the biggest cultural shock that you faced after coming to the US?
बहुत स्वीट है यहाँ पे लोग और बहुत काइंड भी है.
हाँ.
एंड वो आगे से आपको पूछ लेता है, आर यू ओके, आर यू
Yeah.
कंफर्टेबल.
हाँ.
तो या दे आर वेलकमिंग.
They're welcoming. Nice. Do you see yourself living here या फिर आपको घर की याद आती है और आपको लगता है कि यहाँ कुछ टाइम के लिए है और फिर हमें घर जाना है? क्या लगता है आपको?
कुछ टाइम के लिए,
कुछ time के
फिर
लिए.
वापस घर जाने, थोड़े से एक्सपीरियंस गेन होने के बाद.
अच्छा, मुझे एक बात बताओ, क्योंकि यहाँ पे इतनी सारी अनसर्टेनिटीज़ हैं, नए रूल्स आते रहते हैं. डू यू थिंक एज एन इमिग्रेंट इट गेट्स डिफिकल्ट फॉर अस एज इंडियंस टू लिव हियर?
ऑफ कोर्स क्योंकि पता नहीं होता है कि नेक्स्ट क्या होने वाला है. ऐसे अनसर्टेनिटी में इट्स डेफिनेटली एक लेसन हम सीख सकते हैं. ऐसे स्टेजेस में भी हम सर्वाइवल बहुत तरह तक हम बहुत स्किल्स हम अनलॉक करते हैं अपने आप के.
हाँ.
बट ओवर द टाइम हम इतनी अनसर्टेनिटी में नहीं रह सकते. इट्स गुड फॉर अ सर्टेन टाइम.
Do you feel lonely in the US or do you think it's exaggerated कि आप US आए हो तो आपको अकेला लगेगा या आपको genuinely अकेला लगता है?
जेन्युइनली अकेला लगता है.
घर की बहुत याद आती है क्या?
घर की बहुत याद आता है. एवरी डे आपको कुछ ही सिचुएशंस या कुछ फेस्टिवल के टाइम पे लोग दिख जाते हैं, मिलते हैं और हर एक का टाइम होता है. टाइम बहुत मैटर करता है. एंड हम लोग इट्स लाइक जुड़े रहना टाइप्स लोग हैं, तो हमारे लिए तो बहुत लोनली हो जाता है यहाँ पे.
Apart from dollars, what do you think यहाँ ऐसा है that people want to come here and stay here?
ऑफ कोर्स बहुत शांति लाइफ है.
Yeah.
जो जिनको बहुत ऐसे अकेले से या फिर खुद को टाइम देके एक्सप्लोर करने वाला टाइप्स लोग होते हैं, उनके लिए तो बहुत अच्छी है.
अनबॉदर्ड भी है लोग. जैसे अभी हम इंटरव्यू रिकॉर्ड कर रहे हैं, देयर विल बी पीपल वॉकिंग पास्ट, किसी को किसी से मतलब नहीं.
राइट. अनबोदर लोग या और नॉट सो जजमेंटल लोग यहाँ पे होता है ना, तो
हाँ.
फिर ये सब चीज़ों के लिए लोगों को अच्छा लगता है ये प्लेस ऑफ कोर्स. बट बैक होम क्योंकि हम वो सब देख के बड़े हुए हैं, तो इट्स गुड वी कैन बैलेंस बोथ.
Do you see yourself feeling settled or do you think it's a very temporary solution जो अभी जैसी ज़िंदगी हम जी रहे हैं?
एवरीथिंग अगर सिचुएशंस एंड उतनी सारी प्रॉब्लम्स अभी जो चल रहा है यहाँ पे,
Yeah.
वो अगर नहीं होता तो डेफिनेटली हम कुछ और लॉन्ग पीरियड के लिए रह सकते हैं यहाँ पे.
Yeah.
क्योंकि उतना अनसेटल्ड फीलिंग नहीं होता है और ये कंटिन्यूस पैनिक ये सब नहीं होता है, तो डेफिनेटली लॉन्गर पीरियड के लिए हम एम करते हैं यहाँ पे रहने के लिए.
आप इतनी दूर अपने घर से आए हो, what does success really mean to you?
For me, I mean definitely getting a job and getting financially independent, वो सब सक्सेस मैटर करते हैं. ऑल्सो सक्सेस is like not being run by the other people's
Yeah. Being so
ideologies.
independent, yeah.
वैसे kind of thing, because being on my own terms, also I don't have to explain somebody what I am doing.
Yeah, you can be your own person.
Yeah.
What is the biggest myth Indian people believe about NRI life in the US?
वो वंस अपॉन अ टाइम में था, क्योंकि अभी रियलिटी सबको पता
पता चल
चल
गया?
गया
हाँ.
है बिकॉज ऑफ द यूट्यूब एंड ऑल. बट या इट्स बिकॉज डॉलर एंड रुपीज़ का डिफरेंस होता है. उनको लगता है कि बहुत
पैसा ही
easily,
पैसा?
हाँ, कन्वर्जन में इतना फ़र्क नहीं पड़ता उनको, तो
हाँ.
बेच दिया. तो वैसे परसेप्शन तो है, बट 90% अभी सबको रियलिटी चेक मिल गया है. वो एक टाइम पे मिथ होता था.
यूएस आना अपने आप में एक बहुत बड़ा चैलेंज है, पर यहाँ रहना और भी मुश्किल है. वीज़ा इश्यूज, ग्रीन कार्ड की लाइन, H1B लॉटरी, कब तक यहाँ है और जॉब चली गई तो क्या? वीज़ा स्ट्रेस इज़ रियल एंड आई थिंक बहुत सारे लोग इस फेज से गुजर रहे हैं. कुछ लोग अपने लिए घर लेने का जो प्लान है वो डिले करते हैं क्योंकि वीज़ा की अनसर्टनिटीज़ बहुत ज़्यादा है. नेक्स्ट टाइम वीज़ा अप्रूव नहीं हुआ या फिर जॉब चली गई तब क्या? फेस्टिवल्स पे भी घर नहीं जा पाते क्योंकि ट्रैवल काफ़ी कॉम्प्लिकेटेड है. ट्रैवल बैन्स, न्यू रूल्स, स्टैंपिंग. पर कभी कभी एक रास्ता होता है जिससे आपकी लाइफ बदल सकती है, जैसे कि EB1. अगर आप एलिजिबल हो और आपका EB1 लग जाए तो आपका H1B का स्ट्रेस खत्म, ग्रीन कार्ड फास्ट लग जाता है और फ्यूचर के लिए थोड़ी सी क्लैरिटी मिल जाती है. इमेजिन करो अपनी फैमिली और अपने करियर पे फोकस कर पाना विदाउट कॉन्स्टेंट वीज़ा टेंशन. EB1 इज़ फॉर एक्स्ट्राऑर्डिनरी टैलेंट, creators, athletes, engineers, researcher, and it can fast track your green card process. यहाँ पे मैनिफेस्ट लॉ आपकी हेल्प कर सकता है. ये फर्म इमिग्रेंट्स ने बनाई है इमिग्रेंट्स के लिए. दे आर अ नेशनल फर्म दैट हेल्प्स विद एवरी वर्क रिलेटेड वीज़ा. आपको फ्लेक्सिबल पेमेंट प्लान्स मिलेंगे, मनी बैक गारंटी अप टू 100% ऑफ योर केसेस, 100% रिफंड इन सिलेक्टेड केसेस. फाइलिंग से पहले रिव्यू बाय एक्स USCI's अपील्स ऑफिसर, पर्सनलाइज सपोर्ट और एविडेंस कोचिंग भी. हाय.
Hello, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good, thank you.
What's your name?
My name is Sharif and I'm from Southeast Asia. I'm currently in my second semester. I'm a grad student, currently pursuing my master's in artificial intelligence.
How has your journey been in the US?
If I would describe my journey, I'd say probably like a roller coaster ride. At first I thought it was kind of chill and everything, but as like you get into it, you get started with classes and everything, you realize how much work you have to do, also how much you have to struggle. To be honest, many people think, even back home, they'll think that, oh wow, you know, you're posting
Fancy
pictures
life.
every day, you know, going to the seaside, it's a wonderful place.
Yeah.
But they don't know the backstory behind it. It's tough, but I'd say, yeah, you have a nice lifestyle.
Okay.
But your regular journey, your regular flow, it's actually quite tough here
Okay.
in the US.
People say that we really miss our family back home. Do you think the loneliness factor is true here or it's just an exaggeration?
Well, to be honest, like for me, I've always been around my family all my life. I'm from Southeast Asia, but I was actually brought up in Africa.
Okay.
So most of my life, I've spent like a similar situation, similar environment, like the US.
Yeah.
So I've been with my family all the time. So family has always been a big part of me.
Yeah.
So I do. Yes, it's not a myth actually. It's true that you actually miss home, you miss family.
Yeah.
But for me, the biggest place in my life are my parents and my sisters. So I guess if they're with me, I can call wherever home. So that's it's not about the place, it's about my family.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do you think you'll be able to settle in the US or do you think how it goes because of, you know, there are so many factors here?
I guess settlement actually depends on a variety of factors. You can talk about your job, you can talk about what your future holds, or like how where you can get actually the top. But right now, given with the new immigration policies and all, I don't know what the future holds. But for me, from my point of view, I guess, you know, I've never really been settled anywhere in my life. Right, I've been all around.
Global citizen.
Global citizen. So I don't know actually where I'll be in the next 4 years or 5 years or even in the next 10 years. I might be in another country. So I'm actually not 100% sure that, okay, fine, just because I have a stable job or a very high paying job, a good house and everything, so I'll be settled here. But in the long term perspective, I'm actually tired of moving around the place. So I just want some peace and just settle in one place.
One place done. We should call it home.
Yeah, I should call it home. I mean, think about the factors. You're in a first world country. The lifestyle is good here. You can raise your children. You can give them a better education, a better environment. You know, safety and security is much higher than back where I'm from. Actually. So I guess maybe I'll decide that maybe in the next 5 years whether I want to stay here or not.
What was the biggest cultural shock that you faced after coming to the US?
I think there are a lot of cultural shocks that I faced. So basically, I was brought up abroad. So this is nothing new to me.
Yeah.
But if I were to compare it back from back home, I guess that's social openness, because people are so straightforward and direct and so open in communication, and they express their opinions very freely.
Yeah.
Even with the professors,
Yeah.
like you can call your professors by your names. I'm like, oh, shocked. What's
Yeah.
happening? You're calling professors by their
Yeah,
names?
less hierarchy.
Yeah, exactly. So that was actually a big change, and also I guess how free people, how independent people are here from a very young age. You know, like back home we were always dependent and always like there's someone with you moving along.
Yeah.
But here, from a very young age, people they manage their studies, they manage their cook, they manage their own income, and that's what I like about this place. You know, you're not dependent on people.
Okay, why do you think NRI choose not to return to India? You know, or back home, why do you think people want to stay here? Because they crib about, you know, weather sometimes, they crib about immigration policy, they crib about we are so far away from family. What is that thing that you think that that holds people from going back?
I mean, yeah, there are a lot of challenges here being an immigrant and all that, with the like laws getting tougher every day. But one of the biggest things that I would compare from where I'm from, you know, because I grew up abroad, so I'm very used to a place that is quiet and open with no traffic and heavy congestion. So comparing it back home, there's so much traffic. There's so much traffic on the road. You want to get to one place to another, it'll take you 1 hour to go. Just 5 kilometers,
Yeah.
5 miles, it takes you 1 hour to go. So
Correct.
that's something that's not for me, right? And also, when you want to compare it back home, you know, compare your income, you'll see that average income is back home as compared to the U.S. with how much an average income, for example, in Connecticut is about $17 to $18 per hour.
Yeah.
Right. For our wages back home, it's around not even, if I say like $1-2 an hour, you won't even get that. So this is a big change why people still want to stay here.
Yeah.
Also the lifestyle.
Yeah.
It's so good. The people here are very open.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm passing by someone, I don't even know, a stranger on the road. I'll just
Hi.
pass them, hi, good morning, and they'll respond.
Yeah.
But even if I look back on, even if I say, okay, I'll greet in my own greeting, they'll look at you like, who's this person? Where is he coming from?
Yeah.
So that's,
Why is he so friendly?
yeah, like what's happening? You know, they'll give
Yeah.
you that strange look, and you're like,
Yeah.
oh, what's happening here?
Nice,
Okay,
nice.
you're like,
Okay.
yeah. And I like greeting people. I like communicating with people. I like meeting people every day. So I guess this is why people.
US is the place to be. Nice.
Yeah.
Okay, what do success really mean to you? What do you think? How will you be successful?
Well, when we talk about success, maybe we say in the future we'll have a lot of money,
Yeah.
a nice big house in
Yeah.
LA, you know, nice cars and all
Yeah.
that. But success really means, to me, it really means like, to be honest, like my family has done a lot for me, right? So for me being able to do something for them in the
Give
future,
back to them?
that's my success, right? Because all my life I have had that support financially, emotionally, or whatever. In many ways, they have supported me, but I've not really been able to give back to them. Yeah, I can have a lot of money. When we talk about success, we talk about millions of dollars in your bank account. But I don't think that those things matter. The small things, you know, you're on your phone call talking back to your family, that's the peace you'll get. I want to have that mental peace in the future, because I can have $1 million in my bank account, but I won't be happy here.
Yeah.
Right. So if you're not happy mentally, there's nothing works for you, no matter how much money you have. And I faced this kind of challenge in summer as well, because I have going through some stuff.
Yeah.
So I realized that, okay, fine, even though I have money, even though I have good friends, I have good company and everything, but I'm still not satisfied.
Yeah.
And I realized it's just small things that actually matter to me.
Yeah.
So I think that's my definition of success, that want to be able to do something for my family in the future.
Correct. Hi,
Hello.
what's your name?
My name is Cheryl. I just came this fall, and I'm doing my major in finance.
Okay, how has been this short journey for you?
Well, it seems really exciting for me as a person who's coming for the first time in US, and so far my journey has been good, and I had a lot of people around me that were helpful in the beginning journey of my life in US, whether it is about showing the places or how to shop or meeting new people. It has been really a pleasant journey for me so far.
Okay, do you plan to settle here, or you are here just for the studies? Do you want to live here long term, or do you want to have this degree, earn for some time and go back home?
Well, as an Indian, and I've lived most of my life outside India, I'm kind of looking forward to settle in US, and US is a place where I want to settle in, hopefully if by the time I graduate and I'm able to find a job, I might settle.
Change.
Yeah.
Okay, what do you think is the biggest myth people believe back home about NRIs?
The biggest myth that if you're living abroad, you can make more money than the people back in India. But I don't think that is true, because here the expenses are more high and the savings are a bit less.
Yeah.
As the economy is growing, the things are getting expensive. So I think the life over here is equally as difficult back in India. So it's something that, like, if you're coming over to US, you have to make sure that life is not easy.
Yeah.
Like, you're trying to escape from a life in India, which is difficult, and coming here thinking that it is easy, you will meet people, you will have fun. No, but it's not like that. You have to work hard, just like you worked in India.
Okay. Do you have this homely vibes here, or do you feel, yeah, I mean, I miss my family and it's not a good place to be?
Well, I miss my home, but like for my undergrad, I did it in India, so I had an experience of staying away from home. So but initially, like after I finished my undergrad, I went back to my family and I stayed there for 5 years. After that, I came over here to US. So for me, it's kind of normal because I'm used to that. Yeah. So, but yeah, still I miss my mom and dad.
What was the biggest cultural shock for you as an immigrant in the US?
Well, I used to think Americans are a bit like rude, or like they're very serious and they're not open or friendly. But one thing I noticed, that very friendly. They greet you even if you don't look at that. They greet you, hello, how are you, thank you, and I love their basic etiquette. So I would say I have the same opinion as Sefwan had mentioned. That's something like I was surprised because I heard the opposite, but after coming here, it like totally changed my mind. They're very like, they don't have that racism that they like people spread it about. They're all very friendly and very open-minded.
Apart from dollars, what do you think is here that a lot of people want to stay here? Like, people come here, they try and extend that duration, like 2 more years, 5 more years. And sometimes, the entire life goes like that. What do you think is here that people want to stay?
I think it is because of the freedom that people have over here. Like back in India, people are like not that open-minded as like Americans are. And about the facilities, developments, I think US has much more to offer than that is in India. But yeah, India is a developing country. But along with that, I feel America is a place where everybody wants to come because of how it is. Yeah. So and like it is very nature wise. It's very clean.
Yeah.
So
The beaches are near.
Yes, and we can go for hiking and a lot of stuffs are there in US.
Yeah.
But I think it can be enjoyed along with some kind of like, if you have a good job, if you have a good home, then only we will be able to enjoy all days. But without that, I don't think it is possible. But like if you have your friends, family nearby, I think it's a very
Interesting place to be. Think in the US you will feel settled, or do you think it'll be always like, we'll see how it goes?
For me, I'm a person who's open to opportunity. So if I get opportunity, I'll just grab it and go. And let's see, I'll go with the flow, how things works out for me. And if things goes fine, maybe I'll have a chance to settle.
Hi.
Hi,
Oh, what's your name?
my name is Sefwan.
And how long you have been here?
It's been like 1.5 years since I came here. I came here last year on May.
Okay. How has your journey been?
It's been full of like ups and downs. When I came, I used to feel like it's not for me in the US. Like I didn't knew anyone. I didn't know what to do. Which roads should I go? Which stores should I go to buy my things?
Yeah.
I mean, even the buses were on different roads. So I used to struggle a lot since like the first 2 months were a bit of too much of struggle, but then I got adjusted to the things.
Okay. Like you mentioned struggle, but how about missing family? Like, is it a big factor of your life that you miss family back home? Because they're so far, there's time duration, time difference. What do you have to say about that?
I mean, at the end of the day, it's only the family that matters. So yeah, definitely missing the family has been the biggest I mean, I would say the emptiness, which stays with me every day. Like first when I came, I used to wake up in the morning and like I used to feel like the loneliness, like no one's there beside me to give me some breakfast. My mom is not calling my name.
Yeah.
Nothing. That feels hard when you come at first, but yeah, family is the only thing I miss here.
Okay. Do you feel settled in the US? Do you feel this is your home? Or do you still feel like an immigrant that we are here for some time and we'll see how it goes?
Settlement, I would say like I've just adjusted to the conditions, but still, like my home is back there where I was born and where I'm from, and I spent there like 20 years of my life there. So, settlement, I would say it's not about settlement. I just came here for like if I'm finished, I'm doing my undergrad. So if I'm done with my undergrads, I have a aim of like doing a job of like at least 5 or 6 years, and then gaining the experience, and then back home if I can do something about it back there. But settlement, I'm not thinking about it right now. No.
Okay. What do you think, apart from dollars, is here that a lot of people want to stay here? Like, of course, the salary is high. What do you think, apart from dollars, is something that people want to stay here with?
First, I would say like the safety. Then I would say most opportunities and diversity and people's opinions. Like people don't care what you do here and what you dress like, and some basic things like if I talk about the cleanliness of the roads and the safetiness, like if I even walk around here at 12 or 1 a.m. at night, it don't bother me. But some of my parts of my country, I think it's about the safety and opportunities which lies ahead in your future. And people mostly think about their children and their future generations.
Yeah.
I think for those reasons, they plan to settle here.
So, when you came here, what was the biggest cultural shock after coming to the US that you felt like, what is this?
Cultural shock, I would not say, but I think they give these people are very good when they try to talk to you, and they give you hugs. But because I wasn't used to hugs and giving handshakes to everyone and like holding the doors for them, those are like basic etiquettes, but
Yeah.
I didn't used to follow them back there. Like if a person is coming from there behind
I'm
me,
gone.
I'll just go
You'll walk past them.
I'll walk past him, but
Yeah.
here I can hold the door for him. He'll say
thank you.
But it's kind of a rule,
Yeah.
like. But yeah, people have good manners here. I'll say.
What is the biggest lie do you think NRI tell people back home in India? Or what is the biggest myth that people feel you as an NRI have? Like, what do you think that people are misjudging you for something?
I would say the lavish life they make you see through the videos, like those are not true at all. When you come to the US, you just dress good and roaming around with friends and going to New York, Times Square, here and there. It's like for only one day because we have studies, we have assignments going on, and the tuition thing is already on above our head, like how to pay the next tuition fee and those things coming around. So don't believe everything what you see in the internet about the life is lavish here. You just come and grab things from here and there, eating from McDonald's and KFC, doing live roaming with friends. It's just for one day. People will go for one day and shoot like 30 videos of those and upload it to every day.
And people back home will be jealous that this guy is traveling and doing so much better in life.
Yeah, they will believe like what a life they are having here and there and there. Like when you first come here, you start from scratch, so you have to start talking with people, connecting with people, knowing people. It takes a lot of time to go there, but do not believe everything what they see.
Hi,
Hello,
what's your name?
Tarun.
Okay, how long you have been in the US?
Like I've been here like almost like 2 years.
2 years?
Yeah.
Do you like being here?
Yes, definitely I do. Like it's more over a different culture. Like when I came here in December 2023, it's like a whole new experience.
Yeah.
For the first 1 week, it's very difficult for me
Okay.
because when I came here, it's peak winter.
Yeah.
Only at 5 o'clock, not even at 5 o'clock, at 4:50 p.m. It will get darker on the east
Yeah.
coast.
Correct.
After 1 or 2 weeks, just I got used to this place. Just I started going out myself, sometimes with my roommates.
Yeah.
I started exploring all the places outside. Then I got used to this place. Yeah.
Nice. Do you see yourself living here for a long time, or do you still not feel too settled here?
Yeah, actually, the same question have been faced by many people.
Yeah.
Still, even today, even my relatives, my friends do ask me the same question.
Yeah.
To answer that question, even I don't know. Just I'm focusing on current circumstances.
Yeah.
Just based on these results,
Yeah.
I'm gonna decide on what I'm going to do. Like
Okay.
just earlier, I have plans to stay here and I'm gonna work here.
Yeah.
But based on current circumstances and my situations back on my family,
Yeah.
just I'm gonna decide. I'm not yet decided.
You'll
Just
see how it
maybe
goes.
how it goes. I have to see how it goes.
Yeah.
Maybe in upcoming months, I'm gonna decide what I'm going to do.
What was the biggest cultural shock you faced after coming to the US?
No, actually, I did face many cultural shocks.
Okay.
Like different kinds of food.
Yeah.
First, I have to talk about the food.
Yeah.
Even the Mexican food,
Yeah.
the Spanish food.
Yeah.
Just even I tried sometimes. It's pretty difficult for me. Even
It's
I
not the
can't
same.
eat like it's not the same. It's like total different cultures, right? And
Yeah.
secondly, I have to talk about how people greet each other. That's the only thing. That's one of the thing I like a lot. And thirdly, and we have to talk about the rules, how people are following the rules on the road.
Yeah. Driving here is completely different.
Completely different. It's everyone following the rules, going for a signals when taking a turn.
Yeah.
That's the one of the thing I like a lot.
Yeah, giving the indicators. Every time I go back home, I can't drive now because I'm like, I'll be following the rules. What about other people? You know, I can't take responsibility of driving in back home because I'm like, it's too difficult for me.
Right. Like if we come here, if we spend like over a couple of months of years, again if we go back to our home country,
Yeah.
just it seems like a different. Like we got used to the just one environment, one atmosphere. Again going
Yeah.
back to another environment.
Correct.
Just definitely we can see most of the differences.
Do you feel Indians in the US feel lonely, or do you think this factor has been exaggerated?
No, I think in the 1980s, 90s, at that time, they may feel lonely, I guess,
Yeah.
because the number of immigrants coming to the country is very less compared to now and then,
Correct.
right? Even the technology is different in those days.
Correct.
I think I can tell in those days the people may feel lonely, I guess, but now it's been reduced. But even now, most of the people are getting depressed even for small, silly things. You know, like it's a generation gap, right?
Yeah.
Even now, people are going through these things, but again, it's a depend on their perspectives and aspects, right?
Okay. What do you think apart from dollars, what are NRI chasing? Because people are saying, you know, good pay, good salary. What is that thing apart from dollars that people want to stay here for?
Apart from dollars, I can say like opportunities.
Okay.
There are a bunch of opportunities,
Yeah.
and people are working in various technologies. If they want to achieve something in their perspective, people who wants to follow their passion
Correct.
and their favorite technology and different reasons.
Correct.
Apart from dollar, these are the reasons
That people want to stay
that
here.
brings people to the other
US,
countries
yeah,
or
yeah.
United States or whatever.
Okay. So what do you think is the biggest myth Indian people believe about NRIs?
I think right. Most of the people talk about like dollars. Or just now you said right.
Yeah.
People come to US for dollars.
Yeah.
Even the right currency change.
Correct.
$1 is for 87 rupees.
Yeah.
But I can see right. I go to many events, meetups. Even I'm working as a volunteer in one of the technology meetup.
Yeah.
I had a chance to meet many NRIs as well. What I mostly see is their passion towards technology.
Yeah.
That's what brings them towards the other countries. Not
Correct.
only dollar, right?
Yeah.
That was the thing. Just people talk about they're in the dollar mindset coming
Yeah.
to US to
Yeah.
earn more money. Just not only the money aspect, that's passion towards learning. That's the one
Yeah.
brings people to other countries as well. Yeah.
Correct.